Hey everybody, I'm going to be painting up a Death Rider, I think is what the official terminology is. I am going to be painting this Death Rider. I'm going to be using it though for 4th edition. And when Rich and Dusty get on, I'll be talking
Hey,
more.
Robbie, how you doing?
Oh, hey Rich, what's up, man? Speak of the devil, you must have heard me just mention your name. Rich, what are you painting tonight? You don't have to put it up.
Yeah,
Just tell us what you're painting.
I'm going to be painting some Wrath and Glory miniatures
Oh, cool.
that I
That's
made
really
myself.
Wrath and Glory. I am right now working on Death Riders of Krieg. I'm trying to decide what color scheme I want to do. I don't know yet. I was thinking maybe red and black. Could be fun.
Oh, they're fun. Yeah, I just saw them. Somebody won a contest with them. I don't know which one.
Oh, cool. Well, you probably didn't see the title because you probably never see the title, but I recently have, with my gaming group, we have gone back to playing 4th edition 40K. And we're having so much fun with it that we just keep playing it instead of anything new, to the point that I now, and I'm glad Dusty is here to see this, I can show the haul. It's only half of it. I've got more coming. Makes me mad because I've probably bought every single one of these codexes I'm going to show y'all before in my life, but then just didn't have them, anymore when I moved or whatever. I had a bunch of white dwarfs too. Oh, so sad. Anyway, you ready? Also, Dusty, are you here?
I am. How's it going?
Awesome. I got to switch you in. Rich, I got to remove your little camera first. And then put Dusty's in. Then we can add yours back in. Cool. All right. I'm going to show off my haul real quick. But first, I want you guys to show off what you're painting. Sound good?
Yep. I'm almost there.
All right. Well, then I will show off my haul while you get ready. First one. Codex Witch Hunters, 3rd edition.
Wow, that's cool.
This is the best codex ever written, ever. It is so much fun. It's so flavorful. And what's great about it is back in the day, I remember this not being such a fun army to actually play because the best units were these crappy old metal models. Everything in this book were metal models. You can literally see in the back. Look, metal models. Was
this
metal models that were flying metal models? That's the worst kind of metal models. Look at this. Oh, you want to have an Inquisitor? He's metal. You want to have a retinue of guys? They're all metal. Oh, you want to have assassins? They're all metal. So it was a real pain in the butt army because it was all metal. But this entire book, now, with the model range we have now, you can make the entire army with like 2 kill team boxes and then whatever amount of sisters you want to run.
Is it the Inquisitorial Agents?
Yeah, you get the Inquisitorial Agents, and then another really nice box for it is that kill team that's called like the Sanctifiers or something like that.
Yeah, I'm actually building that one right now.
And this is so much more fun to play than Imperial Agents, I can guarantee you. Because what I was telling Rich, I don't know if you were hearing audio yet. I've been playing 4th edition with my gaming group. So I noticed that all the 4th edition codexes were still cheap. And so I snatched up all of them. So nice. I also got, boom, Tau Empire. Old school Tau Empire from 4th edition. Look at this. No Riptides. There isn't triple Riptides on the field. How is this a Tau list? It doesn't have 3 Riptides. Look at all this. Once again, back in the day, if you wanted to run something cool like Vespids, oh, they're metal. Not anymore. There's a plastic Vespid kit. There's a plastic Pathfinder kit. There are much, much better and plastic broadsides, much better stealth suits. And what's great about the game, what we're playing is we're playing 1,500 point games. And since also models cost way more points in this book, like look, like if I just go to the stat page. Okay. Oh, look at this. And a force organization chart. You have to take an HQ, 2 troop choices. You only get 3 fast attack, 3 heavy support, and 3 elites. That's it. And different units are different orgs. My Space Marine list is, I think, like 25 models for 1,500 points.
Nice.
And once again, also now all in beautiful plastic. And back then it was a pain in the butt to get melted guns, plasma guns, any of the good special weapons. You had to buy in a blister pack where it came with a plasma gun and then some terrible gun. That's always how they packaged it. It was always like, oh, you can buy a blister pack with a Vostroyan plasma gun in it for $25. Or it'll be like, hey, easy, we'll get you a blister pack that comes with all the special weapons you need. And it's a $30 all metal blister pack that comes with one of each of the special weapons, but only one of them is what you want when you're building that specific list. So it gets super frustrating.
So you got to buy like $600 worth?
Sure, but that's all gone now because now kits have all the special weapons included in the box. Another all-time great codex, the 4th edition Dark Angels Codex. They play very differently to the Space Marines of this era. So, like, it feels like there's a reason for them to have their own codex. You know what I mean? Instead of it just basically being a slightly different attachment. This is the Orc Codex. A lot of Orc fans loved this codex. And a lot of Orc fans said it was such a well internally balanced codex that you could randomize your list and probably have something that could do something. As long as there were power claws in all of your boys' squads, you could probably get something done. Then I got 4th edition Space Marines, which is cool because it has rules. Right. Somewhere right. Yeah, here we go. Basically, this one has rules to create your own custom chapter, and you select traits, and the traits have positive benefits and negative benefits. And so you build your own chapter and decide what their traits are, whether they're stern, fierce, somber, you know, that sort of thing, and how they rely on the codex. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
the best Imperial Guard codex ever. This is prior to the Leaf Blower guard list. And this is the cool part about this guard list. There's a page out. Awesome. First of all, look at this army.
That's one list?
No, this is the like a aspirational, ridiculous army.
I was gonna say, this is like the opposite of what you were just telling us.
This is like an Imperial Guard army.
Okay. I'm confused. Shouldn't there be at least 100 more miniatures?
Now, big problem. Ogren, super fun to play back in the day, but ugly metal models. Now they have beautiful plastic. And look at how many different regiments there are. There's the Steel Legion, there's the Valhallan, there's the Mordian. Cadians were a faction of them. There's the Talon Desert Raiders. Leman Russ, the biggest, baddest tank in the game. Tanks can't get much bigger than a Russ or a Land Raider. Really.
Nice.
Back in 4th edition. Land Raider, what do you think, Rich? 4th edition Land Raider, the granddaddy of all tanks?
Yep. That's why Robbie had sex with him.
I did not have sex with those Land Raiders.
I've seen video proof.
There is a video of me on store camera footage of me buying 4 Land Raiders, and I placed them down in my lap, and I'm just sitting there so pleased.
Moving them back and forth on his lap. I'm pretty sure.
What's
He's
great is,
not,
Rich, is like,
just
can I rebuild that list that I made with those Land Raiders? And I already own enough Land Raiders to play it now anyway. I was like, I should get some Land Raiders on that list. Check this out, Dusty. Look how cool this is.
Ooh, that's cool.
All the different regiments. And then I love this Cadian they had back in the day for testing paint schemes on. You know?
Yeah, that's very cool.
I studied this religiously as a kid, and it never helped. The advice codexes, I think, is a little unrealistic sometimes. It's like the draw a duck, and then it's like draw a circle, and then it says step 2, and there's just a duck there.
Yeah, step 2, here's the completed duck. And you're like, wait, how did we get from there to there? And where'd the other circles go?
Look at these speculative.
to draw a doc.
The Salver Chem Dogs, the Terex Guard, Harkoni Warhawks. Look, the Death Corps of Krieg before they became a fan favorite. They just kind of look like Steel Legion. Demon Hunters Codex, second best codex ever made. This codex is awesome, but it was a real pain in the ass to run. You know why? Grey Knights were metal. Grey Knight Terminators were metal. All of the Inquisitorial stuff, metal. Now I own plastic Stormtroopers. I have plastic Grey Knights. I've got plastic all of it. Check these out, though. Pretty cool models. Well, ooh, look at this. Some Grey Knights fighting off like a horde of demons. So, Grey Knights against demons, it is unfair in this book. Grey Knights will body demons in 4th edition. But demons have a special rule in 4th edition that if the Grey Knights are fighting them, it must be because the demon incursion is so horrible as to require them. So all of your demons basically get endless, where when they die, they just come back. They re-deep strike next turn.
Only against Grey Knights.
Yeah, so the Grey Knights are killing demons left and right, but they're respawning every turn. So I often found that the Grey Knights got to have really fun, type of battles, like last stand type of battles. This is the Chaos Demons Codex. Another codex that back in the day, well, what's the coolest thing you want to run with demons, right? You want to run the Bloodthirster, right? You want to take a cool Bloodthirster. All right, let's see what the Bloodthirster looks like in 4th edition. Let me find it. Hold on here. The coolest model, the Bloodthirster. You guys, right here he is. Wow. I tell you what, when you look back at models like this, you're like, we really haven't come that far. Same thing. Let's take a look at this Keeper of Secrets. Wow. Amazing. It's art. It's art. I actually don't mind the bird. Bird's fine, but it was made of metal. Screw that. I hate playing with metal. It always eventually chips. I don't mind displaying metal because, you know. And the Eldar Codex, which is the only problem with 4th edition. This is it. And here's the best part. It's only a problem because of a single war gear upgrade. So I'm going to pull it up because it's the most bullshit war gear ever. And any Eldar player who used it, actually, I consulted my pastor. They will go to hell. If they use this rule, and he told me, even if they repented, some things don't slide. And using Hollowfield Falcons in 4th edition, that's one of those things. So let me show you
Pop-up attacks?
What was that?
With pop-up attacks?
No pop-ups in 4th, luckily.
No?
But there's something not as bad, because nothing will ever be as bad as pop-up attacks. Pop-up attacks, Dusty, where you pop up, shoot a guy, pop back down, they can't shoot you. Evil. Oh, why is the war gear never put in a place you would expect it to be? Oh, here we go. The vehicle is surrounded by a shimmering hollow field that distorts its shape and prevents the enemy from targeting its most vulnerable locations. Whenever your opponent rolls on the damage table, they must roll 2 dice and apply the lowest, essentially giving you disadvantage on vehicle pen charts. And the vehicle pen chart is much better in 4th than 5th. I've decided that 5th, just no part of 5th is an improvement over 4th. You know, back in the day when you're playing through it, you're like, okay, I could see where they're going with this. But if you go codex by codex, each one is a downgrade in 5th edition. And 5th edition adds flyers to the game that could have only been hit on 6s. And it added leaf blower guards, stuff like that. 4th edition has these. Probably the only part I dislike about 4th edition. These things right here.
What are those blast templates?
Those are blast templates, and that's a scatter die.
You
Felt very foolish, Rich, buying these again. I was like, oh, yeah, great. This is what I'm going to be painting. That's my Codex haul. I still got the rest of it coming. Everybody who hasn't bought 4th edition, mark my words, buy it right now. You're going to want to have it. It's the best edition of the game. All right, Rich, I'm going to put you on the big screen.
Okay.
You're up. Show us what you're painting.
So this is my Goliath in my Wrath and Glory campaign. Kenny's character, actually. He's had both his legs replaced with mechanical legs. And so he's just a giant Goliath. As the Inquisitor.
Awesome.
The Inquisitor in the
Maybe a little bit further away.
just have to get the rest of the stuff out of the way. It's an Inquisitor.
Very sick.
Armor. And these are all made by me. Not by the Dark Eldar homunculi
Oh, cool.
and a Dark Eldar succubus.
Cool. Is that the whole party?
Well, this isn't the party. These are the enemies.
Oh,
I have
no.
a party to do. We have an Eldar who's he already made a figure for it. And then I don't know. I must not have bought it. I made a Scion jump pack Scion.
Oh, cool.
So yeah.
Dusty,
Well-
you ready to show off your boom? All right. I was right when I guessed Dusty Ravener. I didn't even have any names. I just wrote Ravener, period, for your sentence.
He's coming along.
Looking really cool, especially that like fleshy color. Rich, I'm going to start you off as the big camera.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
So I got to do some airbrush work, I think. So if my guy's going to be red, what do you think? Violet undercoat?
No, green.
You'd go all the way to green?
All the way to green. It's the exact opposite. It's exactly what you want.
For the you'd undershoot it green.
Yeah, of course. That way your shadows are the darkest. Red over green.
Rich, I'm only going to listen to you because you've been right 7,832 times in my life. But tell you what, man, you slip up once. Street cred's hard to earn back. Okay, I'm just telling you, tread carefully.
One of the guys that I play with paint is corn guys for Age of Sigmar.
Oh yeah,
Started with a Mantis green base coat, and then added an airbrush of flesh terrors.
Okay, very cool. Very cool.
We just
Yeah,
went
that's
to New York.
What's that?
We went to New York to the Metropolitan. They have
Oh, tell us about it.
they have Raphael,
Okay.
who was not one of the Ninja Turtles. I was a little upset. I thought that's what it was.
You
But-
thought that Raphael also had a painting career. That
Yes.
all that all that rage and angst he channeled into art at some point in his turtle
Exactly.
life. You know what? I would have been disappointed too if I was in that frame of mind. Nothing could prepare me for the loss I was about to suffer.
But it's very cool. It's very cool to see his stuff and use of color. I haven't been to a museum since I've really gotten into the like the color theories and all that stuff. And so going to a museum and seeing stuff from that perspective, looking at they always do lighting from the left side, upper left, pretty much. There's one photo he has where he put candles in and he was trying to do OSL, but I gotta say his OSL probably needs some work.
He needed some help.
He put the candles behind her, which kind of made the OSL not really have much of an impact.
Right. I mean, it would make her very dark, right? The front of her.
Yeah. It actually did nothing for the lighting. Though the lighting was more balanced, it wasn't just from the left. But yeah, I was very interested that almost every artist in that period, because they had both his father, the artist that trained him, everybody came from the left-hand side. I guess if from Italy, it would have been from the west.
Can you imagine being the guy that does the lighting from the right? And somebody's like, scrambling, come on, are you a psycho? What are you doing here?
What's wrong with you?
Well,
you'll never amount to anything. This light's coming from the right.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. But you look at his some of his detail work, his freehand work that he did, like on their dress. There was like embroidery and stuff, and it's amazing, really well done. But yeah, it's traveling. I don't know where it's traveling to, but it's a pretty nice exhibit. It's got like Belgium wall hangings that were done based on his work, which were kind of cool. And it's weird how they combine Greek and Roman mythology with Christian mythology. And I didn't realize that the in Nazareth was the first time that gym culture started, because Jesus was swole. I'm telling you, he was a swole dude.
What's that?
Jesus was a swole dude, man. He was like ripped, big arms, big legs.
Philadelphia.
What's that?
Have you guys ever watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah. I know you have, Rich. Dusty, I don't know if you have, but
I have watched some of it.
When Dennis starts to go to the gym, he says he wants to get shredded. He wants to get Jesus Christ shredded. Like he's like, and then he's like, no pain, no gain. I mean, he understood that. It's very, very cute little life. But
Yeah,
all right, this green better work, Rich.
What's that?
This green better work.
It will.
Likely thing to say. So then will I blend from red to green?
No, you're just going to put red over it.
Okay, that's it.
You make your shadows darker. And it's okay if you don't get it all, if there's some underpainting. Whole idea, this is your underpainting. This is your shadows.
Okay.
And if you look on the color wheel, that's the opposite of red.
Oh, I can see my color wheel right in front of me.
Yeah, it's the opposite of red.
I was supposed to go search
Why
red.
wouldn't you use the opposite of red to shadow it?
So would you do orange then for a blue base coat?
Yep.
Like if I wanted them to be blue, would you do orange undershot?
You can. I mean, you can go anywhere along that side of the wheel, kind of. One of the neat things about that Roman Lobwood's done is he picks two opposite colors and paints an entire model with those two colors.
That's cool.
Because when you blend two colors the opposite, you go towards a gray.
Okay.
You get like a very wide range of colors.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start with green, then I'll do red.
So of course I couldn't bring any of my oil stuff because I'm traveling right now. Going to ACD's Open or Expo this weekend or the week. So I'm in
Where is
Akron
that?
right now. Good old downtown Akron. Visited a couple good game stores today.
Which ones?
And, one was in Carlisle, PA, called Gathering of Friends. Very nice. Not a great miniature store from my perspective, but just an overall good store, clean, friendly. And the other one was good too. We didn't interact with a lot of the staff, but they were really busy dealing with card games. It was really strange though, because the town, New Kensington, PA, the town, it's called Feisty Goblin Games, and the town has 12,000 people in it. So I don't know.
How can that survive?
Well, they're trying to do the downtown revival thing that a lot of towns are doing, to kind of attract.
What, $2 of entertainment dollars per person within 50 miles of you?
Yeah, it's well, within 50 miles is Pittsburgh, so that's millions of people.
Yeah, but how many hits along the way take up the traffic?
Yeah, well, and the big problem is it's not real easy to get to. Like from there's no like direct highway connection or any of that stuff. So it's I can't see people going, man, I got to go all the way out there again, because there is better stores like in downtown, like Games Unlimited in downtown Pittsburgh is an amazing store. Then there's Battlegrounds, if they're still around, I'm not sure, but they're a really good miniature store. So they pretty much have the, kind of the interest locked up. So I don't know. I don't think it would work as a destination because it doesn't do anything particularly well. Like that makes people go, oh, we got to go out there. They got this thing that I need,
Yeah, they're not the best events. They're not the best product. They're not.
It is cool in that it's in an old bank, so you can play in vault.
It's cool to play in a vault. And if a nuke goes off, you'll be able to go, there was time now to play Warhammer. Like the guy who's a reader in the Twilight Zone.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the bank vault when the nukes go off.
Right.
And he walks outside and says there's time. But I'm saying like a gamer now would have, time to play Warhammer or a game. That's
but yeah, it was okay. We'll visit some stores around Akron tomorrow, probably, if they're open. I don't know with the holidays. And then there's always good stores up in Madison. So, and then 2 weeks, it's like 3 weeks still. Be going to Austria to hang out with some guy named Arnold. I don't know if you guys know this. And we're going to be lifting heavy things and putting them down.
excited.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We get to eat Kaiser Schwarm and Schnitzel. There's 200 of us going to it. So.
I'm sure you have, Rich, being such a Arnold guy. But have you've heard the DVD or the whatever commentary, like the behind the scenes stuff for like Predator?
No, I've done Conan. Conan is priceless.
Conan is one of the top 5 DVD commentaries. Yeah, I'll do a short impression. This is the part where the dogs chased me. It was very scary. They bit me many times.
I had to get stitches. They put heat in my jacket until they let the dogs go early.
Yeah, but I think he does say they let the dogs early and they like bite him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he got stitches from that. Yeah.
When he sees the Wheel of Pain, he goes, the Wheel of Pain. I know it well.
Rogue Fitness made a Wheel of Pain for the Arnold Classic.
That's silly. That's great.
That way, when I start my gym chain that I want to do, I don't have to worry now. It's already made. I just have to get a bunch of.
You just gotta.
And then I start the bakery next door. I start the bakery next door, and they grind all the grain for the bakery while working out.
Wow, Rich.
And I just play the documentary over and over. If you want to look like Arnold, just keep pushing. keep pushing.
It's pretty brilliant, the grinding the flour.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, what else was the Wheel of Pain for? When we used to do Conan Exiles, we used to do the it was called CrossFit. So we introduced the locals to CrossFit, and that's why they went on the Wheel of Pain, and then they joined us and started doing our stuff. I mean, they weren't slaves or anything. I mean, that would be not good.
So the Predator commentary, I don't remember if it was a commentary behind the scenes. Apparently, a bunch of things were going on. Number one, Carl Weathers didn't want to work out with any of the rest of them because apparently all of them were working out together every single morning. And Arnold wanted to work out with Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers kept waking up earlier and earlier. And every time he'd wake up earlier, the next day Arnold would wake up earlier. And so he'd have to wake up earlier and earlier just to avoid working out with everybody. Apparently, Arnold convinced Jesse Ventura and only Jesse Ventura that his biceps were larger than Arnold's. So Jesse would walk around the set bragging to people about how Arnold said that he's bigger than him. But everybody knew that Arnold was making it up. and so they just made fun of Jesse Ventura a lot, as I understand it.
You know, I saw a video with the Big Show, you know, from WWE.
No, I never got into wrestling, Rich.
He's a wrestler, and he was in a movie with Arnold at one point.
Okay.
But him and Arnold like really hit it off and everything. And then
Sure.
Arnold for a while was going on to WWE and doing stuff. And every time the Big Show would come up, be like, "Hey Arnold, what's going on?" He's like, "What's your name? Who are you?" And he did it for like 12 years. He kept the Big Show thinking that he doesn't remember who he is. And then finally at one point he broke down. He's like, "Yeah, I know who you are. I was just fucking with you." 12 years he was messing with the guy.
Yeah, apparently messed with Jesse Ventura the whole time, which sounds very funny. If
Well,
just
I
a lot to deal with, especially
Lou,
on
are you okay? You look sick, Lou. Are you sure you're okay? What? I'm not okay. What? Iron?
Yeah, he's an easy guy to mess with, and apparently a big jerk. Have you ever met him? You work a lot.
I have on the loading docks at San Diego Comic-Con, and he was bird watching, so he seemed okay.
You know what? That actually does paint him in a positive light. Bird watching seems like a peaceful activity.
I met him. I met Carl Urban back there. If you went and ate lunch on the loading docks at San Diego Comic-Con, you can meet all kinds. Because they would eat right where they unloaded all the vehicles for the stars, so they'd come walking up right next to you. San
Diego Comic-Con, I think the year that Eric got banned. Which is total BS.
It was a bad show anyway.
Yeah, especially for us. But I got trapped because Teen Wolf was doing like photography like right outside the bathroom, and some PA told me I wasn't allowed because I'd interrupt the photo shoot, so I just walked right through. And I was trapped in there though with the cast of Teen Wolf in the bathroom as they were getting ready because I was in the stall when they all went in. So I'm just like sitting there and I'm like, guys, I'm not gonna wait here for like 30 minutes while you guys finish your thing.
I learned very early on they give like their security people like a week of training. So if you literally just say it more than once, they're like, like they'll say, "Don't go in there, don't do this," and be like, "No, you don't understand. I'm an exhibitor." "Oh, I don't think that's allowed still." Like, "No, I'm an exhibitor." Oh, okay. And they would just let you go through.
You just got to say, "No, I talked to Dawson earlier. He actually said I could go through here. You want to call him?"
Yeah. You really want to call Dawson?
All right, we'll call Dawson. You'll talk to him, not me.
Yeah, no, it's I miss San Diego, but It's ridiculous the price to go to get a hotel or anything there anymore.
Oh, I
I'm in
bet.
San Diego, the best time ever. January.
Oh, I watched Bob Odenkirk in Nobody 2. Very fun. I recommend. He's like action dad.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Don't
very
touch
funny.
my daughter.
Like just does the bit. You know what I mean?
Don't touch my daughter. That was great.
What's that?
And the guy touches his daughter and he just destroys him.
She like gets like whacked on the back of the head by this crappy security guard. So the whole point of the whole movie is that it's like he's super overkill, to a comical degree, to a point where it gets humorous. How silly and Looney Tunes the movie gets.
What, Christopher Lloyd's his dad, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Who's just as movie.
He now looks as old as he was pretending to be in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Even older. Oh boy. I was teaching my nephew techniques like dry brushing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
After I left, the next day he's been practicing it. I gotta get Warhammer into his hands. I got a dice set into his hands, and he loves it.
Make sure that he never does drugs in his life by getting him into Warhammer.
Yeah, gonna have no money.
Plastic crack, not real crack.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's preferable. But I played a little dice game with him where we just rolled dice because he loves numbers. Loves numbers.
How old is he?
He's 3, and he knows square roots. He knows exponents. He knows, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. He knows. He went at one point 87 plus 38 plus 31, and he just was bouting off numbers and then like giving you a total, and he was right every time. He loves numbers. He loves reading license plates, registration numbers.
Get him painting because he could compete with like the Spanish guys.
Yeah. He was born painting. Yeah, no, I had him playing with chalk, and I was just doing I was trying to see if I could replicate painting techniques with chalk. And you could again, you know.
Have you guys used weathering powders?
Sure.
Can I say they are amazing? They're really amazing. The amount of work they do, the amount of load they carry is so good.
I think they do an excellent job of providing scale to the basing.
Yep.
Because it's the only thing that at the end of the day actually looks like dirt.
Yep. And after I come back from Austria, we're going right to Berko's Vault for a 2-day monster painting class.
Monsters, so just big or a big, like a monster.
Well, the model we're working on looks like the Orc King in The Hobbit, and it's about doing like skin and textures on the skin and stuff. It's going to include airbrushing and everything else.
Cool. Sounds good.
And hopefully, I'm going to get to play with the Verkos is doing a new line of oil paints for miniatures.
Oh, what's going to be the gimmick?
Well, the main thing is they're smaller tubes, so you're not buying a generational supply of them.
Sure. Something more.
Yeah, and a variety of colors that kind of fit the genre that we're painting, right? So you're not painting, you're not painting with true oil colors like that might. I mean, true oil colors are in it, but you also have some colors that might not be in a regular paint line, right? So, and this hotel room is stupid dry. My paints are drying up so quickly. I would have bought my I want to show my Giants, but they're drying at home I gotta say, oils are really fun to play with. They're
Yeah.
everything we want in acrylics that we try to jump through hoops to get the acrylics to do.
Like everything we do to mutate acrylics is to make them behave like oils.
Yeah. Like blending, there's no problem blending oil paints. Like it just isn't a problem. Like the idea that, okay, well you got to do this blend and then you got to move from this blend to this blend. None of that problems. It's just basically you just keep blending and you do all your blending right on the model, and it's great. I'm getting to the details now, and this is the part that I don't really know because I've never done that part of painting of oils. I've only done the texturing and things like that, and so thinning down the oils with the spirits and like doing actual acrylic style painting. The other thing I was doing some research. We were talking about. I forget why we were talking about it. Acrylic paints were invented in like 1935.
Really?
Yeah. Until 1935, people only painted with watercolors and oils.
That is way more recent than I thought. What was the advantage in their mind when they invented it?
They were for industrial use because they needed something that was fast drying and didn't require chemicals to make it. Basically, didn't require long drying times and all that stuff.
Sure. So
it was more for industrial. It was Germans, I believe, that invented it.
Okay. All right.
So it's I was very surprised. I thought it was like 1800, something like that. Nope. Almost all of human existence we've been painting with oil paints.
Well, I think maybe someday I'll have to make that switch. I don't know. I'm pleased with the amount of prep work that acrylics limit to. I don't know.
Well, the big problem is for miniatures is doing it the way I do it is getting those Andreas paints. They're hard. They're really hard to get. I'm gonna stop by probably Noble Knight, see if they have any more because that's where I got them from. See if they have any on the shelf because I can of the things I go through a lot. It's them. Like painting giants, I went through so much of the brown and the base color like flesh and stuff that I'm worried that down the line I might not do it. I might not have it. So.
And then it's like I don't know, hard to replicate because you have to
use like Pro Acryl. He's used it, but he said it's very spotty. Like you can't rely on every Pro Acryl to be flat enough to do it. Whereas all the Andreas paints work. Or most of them do.
Here is the first coat of red over the green, just a very light coat, so that I can do many, many more. But it's actually kind of cool how the green creates that like shadow that looks like a really good shadow.
It's just like yellow, the shadow is magenta. If you're painting yellow, you put magenta under it. And it makes almost, the Casanador yellow.
Mm-hmm.
It looks just like that, which is a very good shade for yellow.
Yeah, it's very pretty. So it's kind of got like if you haven't seen it, it's very warm. It's very saturated.
Yeah, and that's what the magenta does if you put it under the yellow.
Yeah. So for anybody who uses airbrushes, by the way, if you're like, oh, this doesn't even look like the red color I mixed, it's not going to on the first coat if you use an airbrush, or it shouldn't even. You should be applying very thin layers, and you let them fully dry, and then they build over time. Dusty, do you want to be the camera now?
Yes. Let me figure out where okay, I'm ready.
Let's go. So, Dusty, Rich played 4th edition, but you didn't, right?
Nope.
All right, let me explain to you why I think 4th edition is better. No stratagems. None. They don't exist. They're not in the game. There is nothing you can do on your opponent's turn, and there is nothing your opponent can do on your turn. So your turns are incredibly quick, I cannot stress this enough. Zach and I are playing what is the equivalent of a 2,000-point game from back in the day. Our games are done in like, Rich, were we all just dumber back then and didn't know how to play war games? Because, what's that?
I think so.
Well, because now when Zach and I play it, I'm like, oh, this game's so simple. And I remember thinking so many things were so complicated. And I went back and read them. I'm like, oh, it's essentially this mechanic from this game, but tweaked a little bit. And then we started playing. Dusty, almost all units have one gun. If you move, you probably cannot shoot that gun. All units that are walking on their legs move 6 inches. All units that are driving or have an aerial thing, like wings or something like that, or a jump pack, move 12 inches. Vehicles move 12 inches. Vehicle facing matters. Vehicles only have one wound, if you want to call it that, because vehicles don't take damage like other things do. Instead, you knock the guns off, you knock the tracks off, you completely destroy it, or it explodes.
Which was a no-brainer if you came from 2nd or 3rd edition. That was like exactly what we did, except 2nd edition was better, in my opinion, because each vehicle had its own damage chart.
That is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Here's my pitch for why I like 4th edition now. 2nd edition spans 12 years. The disparity between books, getting them, good luck. Like,
you just say Eldar wins.
Well, and also too, there's that too. If you want to say that Eldar are super OP in 4th edition because of hollow shields, maybe. I'll let you know, because here's my plan, guys. I've been trying to think of what niche I could carve out for like my YouTube channel I want to build, that coincides with the stream and stuff like that. And I think it's just going to be 4th edition content, 4th edition battle reports, 4th edition, like, here's what an army list looks like in 4th, because 4th feels so fun now that everything that was in 4th, because 4th has more options in it than current 40K, because all of those options were removed. Like Eldar lost tons of units that only exist back then, but now we have plastic kits for them, So I am building my first 4th list, which will have 30 Rough Riders in it, because that's something I always wanted to do way back in the day, Rich. But I remember one time I asked you what it would cost to order like 6 boxes of Rough Riders, and it was going to be like $500, and they're all metal, and they weren't very cool looking.
Well, they were metal with plastic horses, remember?
With plastic horses that are just straight ripped from Fantasy with no change.
Fantasy horses.
Yeah. Whereas this Death Rider has claws and like imperial tattoos in its skin. Like, it's so much more than just a horse. You know what I mean? So I'm going to have 30 of these, 3 Lehman Russ Demolishers, about 2 platoons. So it's about 50 guys and a junior command squad. So 55 guys, 3 tanks, 30 Death Rider or 30 Rough Riders. They'll be using the Death Rider model. I mean, they're identically equipped. I just thought Death Riders were cooler than I don't know what you guys think, but I just think they're cooler than Rough Riders, like the Attilan. Oh, it's supposed to be Attila the Hun. Okay. Sometimes GW things are so dumb I don't even process. My eyes scan over them, and that's funny.
What would humans who settled a world with horses be? Mongols.
Space Mongols. Mongols in space.
So these models I'm painting were all based on text descriptions of the characters.
Oh, you
Chat GPT to create the D. You just basically say, make me a D&D miniature, and you give them a description. And then you use Trippo to then print the miniature.
Gotcha.
or to make a 3D miniature, and then I print them on my 3D printer. It's I actually have my next D&D adventure, all the miniatures designed for it, and many of them are painted.
Oh, have you guys seen that pre-painted terrain, by the way?
Yeah. What's that going to be? Is that going to be a separate purchase thing? And it's not going to be in the starter set, right?
It's not going to be in the starter set. It's going to be like a premium starter set. I'll probably pick it up just because it's an interesting historical artifact.
I
Do you guys
will own
know
it.
how it's being done?
No.
So apparently it is painted at the atomic level. That's why it's a little fuzzy looking.
Huh.
So probably, I bet you in 10 years, a line of GW products will be pre-painted. They would probably pick Space Marines to do it with if they did any of them, right?
Yeah.
But for terrain, I don't mind because a lot of terrain at a lot of stores looks pretty bad. So if we could just have a bunch of nice looking pre-painted terrain for it, fine. Although I'm going to be playing 4th and running 4th edition events here in town, so I don't care anymore. I really don't like the direction that it looks like they're taking 11th edition in terms of rules bloat. They've tacked on another mechanic without removing any other mechanics. And the new mechanic is detection. Units will be either in a state of hidden or detected. And through abilities and actions in the game, they'll be able to transition between those states. And I know that that was in 2nd edition. But 2nd edition did not have, well, might have had it actually, and that's why it felt bloated. But there is so much that you have to keep track of in modern 40K, but progressive objectives, your stratagems, your opponent's stratagems, abilities that trigger on effects that units have. There's so much you have to know. In 4th edition, you can actually just play the game where your opponent tells you what 3 universal special rules the unit has. And since they're universal special rules, you know exactly what they're talking about. And you can trust that you understand how their rules work. Feels a lot better, honestly.
I don't think 3rd was that bad.
The reason why I ended up going with 4th is because I just feel like 4th just tightens up a lot of 4th is kind of 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
If you really read the rules, it's more of a 3.5 edition. And my thought process is probably the best way to play 4th is with the 3rd edition Chaos Codex with the 4th edition rules, which was a period of time legal for 4th edition. In fact, 4th edition was the old Chaos Codex until the last month of the edition. It was the last codex released. And it was the codex that added Lash of Submission Demon Princess. But I'll be honest with you, I don't think that would steamroll modern players. I keep thinking about it, and I'm like, well, wouldn't I just kill the 2 Demon Princes like right away? And if I didn't have the ability to do it, shouldn't I modify my list to be able to kill a Demon Prince? They're not that tough in this edition. You know what I mean? They only have 4 wounds. They do 3 attacks, 4 on the charge, 5 if they're corn. You know what I mean? Like models in this edition, Dusty, have like 3 or 4 attacks. It was a big pare down from 2nd edition, which had like what could Jane Czar do in 2nd edition? Do you remember, Rich? Do you have post-traumatic stress from what Jane Czar could do? I heard she was a real terror.
Well, the big problem with the old Exarchs were that you could just take every power and give it like you didn't have to actually stick to like the Exarch powers. Like if you were forced to stick to the Exarch powers that they supposedly had, then you'd be be better because then you just have those powers, but you can mix and match them. And that mixing and matching, people really learn cool combos. The other one in 2nd edition that was really bad was Space Marines. You didn't have to worry about Space Marine chapters because you could take other allies, and so you just took all the heroes from all the chapters. So you have Dark Angels, Blood Angels, heroes fighting together, and they were just destroyed.
Did second edition not have a force org chart?
It did not, and you could take 30% of your army could be allies.
Wow. So they must have been trying to curb that when they designed fourth and third from the ground up, because fourth and third, you cannot take special characters unless it's in like a narrative game. They like have like a big rules warning, and tournaments in fourth didn't allow special characters. Fifth was when they started allowing them again.
Yeah, you could have Ezekiel and Dante fighting next to each other.
Yeah, I just don't actually think I want my characters, not their characters. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, with the war gear list, you can do that. That's the nice thing. You have so much variety in the war gear that you can equip characters with. So it really is a very nice customizable game where you can customize your team to be.
Well, and I used to think the balance was really off, but I've been reviewing fourth edition and just trying to like use my modern brain that's played so much competitive 40K, like I'm really dialed into it. And I've been like trying to break lists. And if you stick to 1,500 points, it actually feels really challenging to build broken lists. Like it's just, and as I understand it, a lot of fourth edition players played 1,750. And I think that's a mistake. The rulebook recommends 1,500 as the max points.
1750 gave you, I forget why you did 1750. It took you to the next
Right,
tier.
but I don't think it's good for the game. I don't think it makes it a better game.
Because it was over 1500, which meant that if it was over 1500, you got to use the 2000 point rules.
Which I think is you got extra hero slots and
Yep.
extra.
That's why tournaments usually went with 1750.
And I think it was a mistake in that era. I don't think they should have done it. I think it would have been a more pleasant era because it's much harder to build twin Lash of Submission Demon Prince lists. If you want to build twin Lash in 1,500 points, you get like one Defiler to shoot. So it's going to scatter and miss. 1,750, you get 3 Defilers, and now suddenly it's a problem. You know what I mean? The game doesn't benefit from being able to spam gigantic problematic units, you know? It just feels a lot better at 1,500. Now, I have bought the Apocalypse rules as well. Those are fun too.
Yeah, that's right.
And the game says if it's over 1,500 points, play Apocalypse. Because Apocalypse can handle character spam. Apocalypse can, you know what I mean? People just, I don't know. I think they went the wrong way back then. But coat number 3 of red, guys. Dusty, I gotta tell you, those like flesh sacks things look really cool. Doing a really good job.
There's a new painting show coming up in
Thank you, Robbie.
July.
What's that, Rich?
It's a new painting show coming up in July in Austin, Texas.
Oh, yeah?
Painting show.
It's just miniatures painting. So miniatures painting classes, miniature painting events. It's going to be very small. It's in like a courtyard, like Marriott courtyard. And
cool.
but like Reaper Miniatures is down there and Turbo Dork is down there. So it's got some local support from those companies. And there's classes. There's Borja, who won Golden Demon last year, is teaching a class. Kaha is teaching classes. So there's like a lot of classes. But it's all focused on miniatures painting. There's no tournaments for Warhammer or anything like that.
That's cool.
It's going to be in July, mid-July. It's kind of fun. Yeah, it's classes are not too expensive. Entry is like $60, I think. So
Cool.
And it's in a hotel, so you just stay in the hotel and kind of have fun. And Austin's a good town to have an event in.
Yeah, Austin is a cool town. Traffic's a nightmare, but if you're staying at the hotel, it's not a problem.
Yeah, and I think it's outside of downtown. It's like some small town outside of Austin, really. So.
It's like Bob's Burgers, that like the brony conventions and stuff are always at some random Marriott courtyard.
Or serial killer conventions like in Sandman.
Serial killer conventions?
You ever read Sandman?
No. Why did Neil Gaiman have experience with them?
The second storyline in it, they have a serial convention, and of course the hotel spells it Cereal, but it's actually serial killer convention. It's pretty funny.
I'm going to switch it to my camera real quick just to show off the coat because I think it's starting to get somewhere. Rich, your mic might be making that sound, or is it dusty? I'm going to mute you, Rich, and see if it's dusty.
I'm on the wrong microphone.
It's dusty.
Yeah. Is that better?
Try again.
Can you hear me now?
Beautifully. It's like it's a beautiful microphone.
I didn't notice that it had defaulted to the built-in.
It's amazing. I'm so pleased. I'm gonna autofocus this. Focus. Just working along here. Just another coat of red. Make it a little more red. I'm thinking about taking Rattling Grime, Rich, and basically painting the horse Rattling Grime. Like basically a black that I can then layer up, color up to.
Sure.
Black horse, red armor for the horse too.
Okay.
I think that would look cool. Have 30 of them, By the way, I don't know why people didn't run Rough Riders. Well, I know why. The models were a nightmare. They're pretty good. I get why Ted won a lot with them, because Ted very famously would go to events and run like 30 Rough Riders. In 4th edition, they moved 12. They charge 12, which is unheard of. Their only problem is their weapons kill 3. Which
is that where you get the D6 instead of shooting?
What do you mean?
D6 movement instead of shooting.
Run in 4th edition.
That's a run, right? Yeah.
You can't run in 4th.
Oh no.
No running in 4th.
Wasn't some units could though? Isn't that how they
Banshees, Howling Banshees, Rough Riders. They have Fleet of Claw.
Fleet of Claw, right.
Or Hoof. Fleet of Hoof, I guess.
Fleet of Hoof, yeah.
Although these ones have Fleet of Claw. Look. Check them out.
Jet bikes too, right? Didn't jet bikes have Fleet of Foot?
Yeah. I think so. Rich, you're the big screen now. Take it away. Dusty, thank you so much. It's looking really good, man. Really nailing it. Another coat of red.
Giants.
Here, I'm going to tell you guys my 4th edition stuff. 1 second. Okay. And if you want to play 4th edition with me at home, download New Recruit, download 3rd edition and 4th edition. The reason why is because back then, codexes worked between editions. You could carry over a codex, and the way the rules were written, they would still work. Imperial Guard never got a 4th edition codex. Witch Hunters never got a 4th edition codex. The Witch Hunters Codex was the same codex for 16 years. It wasn't like an infinite churn where you are encouraged to just, buy these new 3 models every quarter.
I just bought the new Age of Sigmar, the Cities of Sigmar one, and it's my first real army book I bought, and I'm like, I guess this will last like 6 months.
Yeah, whereas if you bought the Witch Hunters book, it was first of all a way cooler book. It has like awesome pictures and color pictures all over the place that are way more interesting because they're often things like, oh, you want to build a Witch Hunters army? Here's how to scratch build a sanctuary to the Emperor that you can defend in a narrative battle. They don't do any of that in the new books.
White Dwarf used to always have a terrain section every month.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get a hold now of the very famous book by Games Workshop, How to Make War Games Terrain.
It's very dated now, Robbie.
Oh, I know, but I think it's still cool because you know who could use it, Rich? Little kids. How do little kids play Warhammer now if everything that GW recommends to them is to just buy $100 kit from them?
For like the first year, I played it with Calico Critters.
That's great.
Poppy's Calico Critters houses and pizzerias and all that stuff were the perfect size.
I used to make terrain from cardboard and other stuff.
Two separate occasions, Rich employed me to help him make terrain. It was very fun. I really liked, Rich, you did a technique where you had me gather up bark, basically.
Yep.
And then we dipped it in glue.
Mm-hmm.
And then we put it on the side of XPS foam hills.
Yep. Still works fine. There's a really good Eric's Hobby Workshop. Have you watched that?
Oh yeah, I love Eric's Hobby Workshop.
He's great. Such a like just a nice. Seems like a very nice guy.
I like that his videos too aren't just promoting the new product that came out this quarter.
No, not at all.
It's like I took this trash, guys.
Yeah.
Here's terrain that looks better than GW's.
I'll when I get back, I might be back next Sunday, but I'm not sure. We'll see when we leave in Madison. But I have the new Squidmar brushes. Speaking of new product,
the Squidmar brushes. Have you tested them at all, or are they waiting for you?
No, they'll be. They haven't come in yet.
Okay.
They'll be in when I get back.
Understood.
They made them at the Da Vinci factory in Italy.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
So they should be good. I've heard good things about them. Squidmar actually double checked them all personally, like before they shipped them out.
Oh, cool. I
Sure.
don't really watch Squidmar content. I don't know why. Seems like a cool dude.
He's got a cool series coming up. Have you seen or heard the rumors about it? Mm-hmm. It's. I was thinking about going it, but you had to have an Instagram to be part of it, which I don't have. You have. It was like basically a reality television show for miniatures painting.
Oh, like a RuPaul's Drag Race, but
yep. And you have different activities you have to do and all that. They did it for 7 days, I think it was, in Norway. They just finished filming it, so they should be announcing when it's going to come out. So basically a reality game show about miniatures painting. So you have to use like a certain color, or you have to use a certain brush, and they got like Roman Lockwood and a lot of the big miniatures painters to be involved in it.
Yeah, normally I've watched a few Squidmar videos.
He's cool. I met him. We met him in Germany last year. Cool dude. He's entertaining. He's not like, you're not going to learn how to paint from watching his videos mostly, but he's really good. They did a good job of being entertaining.
I guess I have a problem with there's like 4 or 5 YouTubers that have the most clickbaity engagement style, and it just upsets me to a degree that I don't want to engage with their content afterward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The biggest offender,
Yeah.
especially because he seems like such a nice guy, is Ninjon.
Yeah.
Every other video is Ninjon going like, I hate this.
And then it's just like every Marvel comic where Wolverine and Hulk fight. And he's like, well, I don't really hate it, but
I don't mind dry brushing. I think it's actually pretty cool.
his last one, or one of his recent ones, he did dry brushing with a power drill.
He just had a video recently about something about Squidmar, and I didn't click on it.
Oh yeah, it was the Squidmar brushes. He's like,
Did
scammer.
Squidmar lie to us or something to that? Yeah.
Well, because Squidmar does a scam videos all the time, like where they order a bunch of stuff from Temu, and then whether that's like a scam or not, and so they rate them like 1 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, you know, and so he did the same treatment of Squidmar's brushes, and they were 0 out of 10 pretty much exclusively.
So he did not like them, or
Yeah, zero means it's not a scam.
oh, okay.
A 10 is a full scam. Squidmar, it's like a classic Squidmar series. Is all this scam or not scam?
I've never watched any of those. What constitutes a scam?
Well, if it's like falls apart as soon as they start to use it, or if it's, you know, like it doesn't work, or it's, you know, way too expensive for what you're actually getting. And then some, you know, a lot of stuff, and they do like Games Workshop products. They do Army Painter products. They don't just do like the discount sites. It's fun to watch. Again, it's entertainment. It's not going to teach you how to paint better. There's a couple things I think we picked up because of their, you know, wasn't a scam. But
When I was starting my board game business, we were working on a game that was going to have miniatures, and I couldn't figure out how miniatures got made. And I emailed him from his public email that he had on his YouTube channel, and he did not reply. And now I reply to every single email I get, regardless of whether or not I think the person is professional or not.
you just emailed me, Dustin.
I am not the famous Rich Gain.
If you wanted to learn how to make miniatures.
Why? And then it's like a guy throwing up into a can, and it says GW on the side. And I don't know why they do this. It's embarrassing.
It gets people to check it out.
Or does it get bots to check it out?
No, I think it gets people's attention because people like controversy.
Yeah, I guess I just don't want to make content that's meant to trick people into thinking they're going to get like drama, Warhammer drama.
Yeah. The worst is that one guy with the beard. I forget what his podcast.
He's the worst, the one throwing up into the bag.
Yeah, he is by far the worst. I never watch his stuff.
Yeah, and it's him because he hates slap chop, and he thinks if you paint with slap chop, it makes him want to throw up.
The nice thing about the Raphael exhibit, they have like his sketches and everything he's done, and he did this thing that I'm pretty sure he stole from like Squidmar, or not Squidmar, but from Ninjon, where he painted in black and white and just rendered everything in black and white, and then applied a glaze over it to create the colors.
Yeah, that's Slap Chop 2.0.
Yeah. I can't believe Raphael ripped him off. He called it Grizel, but you know, we know.
What new words will they make up next to prove their point?
Yeah, it's Raphael exhibit, definitely a recommendation.
Okay.
And you want to start looking at painting.
Okay, Rich said it. I don't know if learning is worthwhile, but Rich seems to suggest it. So, stance of What do you think, Dusty? You're the tiebreaker. I don't know on learning. What do you think?
I try not to do it.
All right, you heard it here, folks. We are anti-learning as a majority. That's how it works.
When I do it, I can feel myself getting more independent.
Marge, you know every time I
learn that people can't influence you. You're uninfluenceable.
Uninfluenceable. Yeah, it's important to be able to critically think. Oh boy. I gotta tell you, this Rattling Crime, great idea. It looks great over this red.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I'll put mine on in a little bit once I'm a little bit a ways there. Give you a chance to. Wow. All right. But yeah, I'm going to just have a massive cavalry charge. I'm going to run a bunch of guardsmen. You know what I love about guardsmen back in the day? You just equipped them with las guns. You didn't. When you shoot a guardsman squad nowadays, I don't know why GW thinks this is fun. You shoot a grenade launcher, so that's 1 dice. You shoot D6 flamer shots, so that's D6 dice. You shoot a sniper rifle. You shoot a plasma pistol. You shoot a plasma gun. You shoot a melta gun. Okay. Then you shoot 7 las guns. Then you rapid fire or first rank fire, second rank fire. That's to shoot 1 55-point guard squad in a 2,000-point game, and you'll be doing that 5 times per game. But here's the way it really works. When you take a guard squad in 11th edition, you shoot a melta gun, that will miss. You shoot a grenade launcher, that will miss. You will shoot a flamethrower, that will do nothing. 2 plasma weapons that will kill their holders, and then 7 las guns that do nothing. We could have just rolled 10 las gun dice, done nothing, the way the God Emperor intended it.
Why wouldn't you be doing the same thing in third? Because they had special weapons in their units and everything.
Generally, you didn't put them in guard units because they cost points.
Uh-huh. So you do special units or something?
You take a special weapon squad that was 3 plasma guns, which now we're starting to talk, you know what I mean? Because the old adage with 40K used to be 1 will miss, 1 will die, 1 will hit. So you kind of gotta have some redundancy built into your list. And not necessarily the exact same unit duplicated. I actually don't think the game super incentivizes that. I also think it really downplays vehicle spam, which was 5th edition's problem. 5th edition was the vehicle spam edition, in my opinion, because it added hull points, because they wanted to add bigger and bigger vehicles to the game. They wanted to add knights, basically. And I think knights are Titanic vehicles, and they belong in Apocalypse. But they wanted to sell it as a whole army. And it probably made the money that quarter. So it was all worth it, because the only reason why Warhammer exists is to increase shareholder value.
Of course. Why would it exist any other reason?
Right. Which is why I think I'm going to stick with 4th edition from here on out. I think I'm going to unbind all my 4th edition books and then rebind them, and then maybe make some way for
down at Kinko's.
Yeah. Well, also you can just apparently just do it. Like, it's types of glue and stuff. It looks tedious, but kind of looks like similar skill sets to miniatures.
Sure.
You know? All right. I'm gonna put my camera on because I'm getting somewhere. Okay, friends. Slowly painting the horse. You guys can check it out. For me, guys, with contrast paints, this is not to Richard Dusty because you guys know this. Remember that you can do multiple coats and that can sometimes be really cool. So like, don't think that you have to use contrast paints like GW advertises them. You know what I mean? You can use them as like a glaze too. Yes, I do.
That's pretty much how I use all contrast paints.
Yeah, it's a really good use for them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think the first war game I'm going to get my nephews into will be Necromolds. You guys ever seen?
Necromolds is phenomenal.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to get them
My
into.
kids love it.
Yeah, it looks like a choice.
It's so clever. And they have, I mean, army building is so straightforward. It's just like, do you have enough dough to make the units? Then yes, you can, that's your army. And the kids love, like when you smash them and they die. Oh my God. It's so clever.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get them playing. So I will report back in that regard.
Teach you more Hero Quest. Yeah, that's a good one.
Ooh, Hero Quest is a great one. And it's got a new edition.
Yeah.
Pick it up. I think one of them just needs to be like a year older, and then they can both play with it.
We have a house rule in Hero Quest that every time a goblin is revealed, you roll a d6, and on a 6, it's picking its nose with a sword, and it pokes its brain, and it's off the map.
Why do you hate goblins?
There's just, I mean, the Hero Quest is just the perfect game to do that kind of stuff. The kids think it's hilarious.
Perfect. All right. Done. I'd
Quest
like
Kid
to do
is
Hero
fun
Quest
too.
because I can paint them too. You know. So here's the horse. I've done the first color. Probably going to. What do you guys think? If he's going to be red and black, what? Green basing?
The horse is black.
Well, the horse is going to be probably gray at the end of the day because it's not going to.
Yeah, do like a gray-green stone, but then maybe some sand or red desert or something.
Okay.
Some cool stone, like cool color stone.
Yeah, that could be cool. I like this like tattoo that it has. I like that it's not just a horse. I like that it's like a whole science fiction thing.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like a cloned, clawed horse. It's cool. Yeah, so in 4th edition, these guys, they have 1 attack, base, 2 attacks because they have a hunting lance and a las pistol. So that's 2 attacks. And if they charge, they have 3 attacks. So if you have 10 of them, you will get 30 attacks. Your weapon skill 3, which means anyone with a higher weapon skill, you will be hitting on 5s. And there is no way to improve it. And you know what, Rich? The rules weren't written ambiguously. People were just being jerks back then when they said they were. The rules say, for example, I was reading like old forums because I was like, I didn't have the codex yet. And I was like, can Imperial Guard, can the hardened fighters trait apply to Rough Riders? And at first I like looked it up. I was like 4th edition hardened fighters. And I found like old forums of people arguing and saying that the rules were written in a way that was vague and they felt that the it should apply to them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna read the rules to you guys. You two literally write rules for a living. So I couldn't be asking more expert audience, right? Sorry, gotta find the traits. Flip through it on camera for even more fun. Okay. Okay, here we go. Hardened fighters. The regiment is recruited from particularly violent societies and are particularly adept hand-to-hand combatants. Hardened fighters add 1 to their weapon skill. Sentinels additionally gain +1 attack as their machine is fitted with chainsaw blades, rams, and other accoutrements. This doctrine is available to any guard infantry squad for 15 points per unit, or to a sentinel squadron at 10 points. And people were arguing that because it doesn't explicitly outline that Rough Riders can't be hardened fighters, that they get it for free and it doesn't cost anything. They just get it. And it says, no, only hardened fighters benefit, and hardened fighters is capitalized. That means it is referencing only this trait. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, people were being purposely obtuse back in the day. I feel like it's like it wasn't that hard, guys. You know. Yeah. You know what I really like for getting a brown base coat that I'm gonna turn into like leather? Grunt fur contrast paint.
That's great.
Yeah, it like does so much work for you, and then I just come back in with the the good paints, the good stuff. All right, everybody, show off what you painted tonight. I'm going to show off where I got to. This is my Death Rider. My goal is to paint 30 of these, and then I have enough Imperial Guardsmen from 17 different armies to run as many infantry as they require, as many tanks as they require. I even have Rogel Dorns, so I could play them in Apocalypse as something crazy. But I do not have Death Riders, so I'm going to make 30 of these and just paint them in their own color scheme. I don't care if they particularly match the Guardsmen, you know what I mean? Rich, let's see it. Those are looking really good, man. Try to maybe hold it steady in the center. No.
It wants to focus on the stuff in the rear, but
Gotcha. Yeah, you might have to do what I do, which is just have a completely clear camera, except for the thing. I'm going to switch it to Dusty while you get that set up, and Dusty can show. Woo! Dusty, you might have the same issue. You might want to move the wet palette. Just there for focusing purposes. Yeah. That looks really good. Looks really good, Dusty. Looks really cool. Knocked out of the park. Very neat. And back to Rich. Still having trouble.
there's a. Anyway, that's the Goliath cut.
Sick. Very cool. Very, 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 very cool.
All right. Well,
You guys are going to be on next week?
Yep.
Should be, but I'm traveling back, so it depends on what time we get back to New Jersey.
You got it. All right. Well, I'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Sounds good. See you next week. Bye.
Later.
Bye.